And we're back on CentralValleyTalk.com. I'm Mike Scott, joined right now by Marjorie, Donovan, and look who's on her lap. My little buddy Robbie. Marjorie's quick notary service.
Yes.
I love quick. I don't want to wait around for stuff to be notarized.
Oh no, just call me up and I'll come over and we'll get it all taken care of at your convenience. You don't have to worry about where's the notary place, where they open.
You mean you come to my house?
Yes.
Wow.
Or your business or whatever is convenient for you.
Now, obviously there must be an extra charge for that? Or?
There's a travel fee, yes.
Yeah, well, it's to be expected, but for the convenience, why not? So, what would it be, roughly? Based on mileage? Or?
Yeah, mileage and time and things like that. But it starts at $15. So, if you had one item to notarize, it'd be $25.
Notary seems to me like, I don't want to say like an old-time outdated thing, but it seems like a throwback.
It is to it's an impartial witness to some type of legal paperwork. Whether it's if you decide you want to go on a cruise and you're going to go to Mexico, and I don't know where you were born, but say you were born in Los Angeles County. Mm-hmm. That's not Fresno County. You need a copy of your birth certificate to go on that cruise or to get a new passport because your passport's out. You have to send paperwork to LA County requesting your birth certificate, and that piece of paperwork has to be notarized.
It's just an impartial witness is all it is.
And I have a background check, and they run all sorts of financial and fingerprints and the whole bit, and make sure I'm on the up and up, and I'm held to perjury. I mean, notaries are held to perjury laws, and oh yeah, they will come after a fraudulent notary like a ton of bricks.
Why would you even want to be a fraudulent notary?
I don't know. I mean,
who would want to be?
Why did we have the real estate meltdown? You know, people wanted to make money or thought they needed to make money, and so they thought they could put whatever they wanted on the paperwork.
Wow. They
were breathing, so they could put whatever they wanted on the paperwork.
Do you have people come to you and ask you to fraudulently?
Oh, no. No. Oh, no.
Not that you ever would, but I mean, do people ask you to do that?
No. Oh, okay. No. But that's one of the things we check with people say, oh, my mom's not feeling well, we want to have my mom sign these papers, and it's power of attorney. Well, I may kindly ask the remaining family members to say, hey, can I talk to mom on my own?
There you go.
And say,
just to make sure.
Do you know what's going on? Yeah, to make sure they're not trying to
taking all her money, right?
Exactly. I just did a recent notarization where a gentleman, a very, very nice man, was in one of our local senior communities here, and he had a family member who had power of attorney, and he was not happy about how she was spending the money. And I came in because they were notarizing it to change who had power of attorney.
I'm just fascinated by all this. I mean,
and then my favorite one, I have to admit, my favorite client was the gentleman who had health issues. He was older, he had health issues, and he was in one of our health facilities here in town. And the law requires that the person be competent to sign it. Right. Actually, I can't sign competency. If they're competent enough to sign it, then they can sign. If it's like, well, we don't know if Uncle Mike is still here, then you need to bring a lawyer in. Okay, that's beyond a notary.
Do you call them in? Call the lawyer in?
No, I would tell the family,
okay.
I can't do this. Here's a wonderful lawyer I know. Call Roberta. And he was fine. He was all there. It's just he couldn't write because he had a stroke. So he was able to, because it doesn't say you have to sign your name. You have to make a mark. And so he signed with his toes.
Whew.
His daughter put the pen between his toes, and he signed with his toes.
So you notarized that you were there and witnessed that and explained
you have to have additional witnesses and things, but yeah.
Wow.
Because he signed with his toes.
So he was all there mentally.
Yes, he just had a stroke and couldn't use his hands.
Huh.
He had to be fed, of course, I mean, all that. He was in, obviously, a medical facility, but yeah. And then there's the happy ones of like somebody. I recently did. Someone was going on a cruise and had to get passports, and had to get permission from all the parental authorities involved in the situation to give permission for the minor child to be issued a passport.
Mm. Do real estate documents still have to be notarized?
At this point, residential do. Because frankly, when it comes down to the deed of trust, which is the basis of a mortgage, besides the note, if you have nothing else, you have to have a note and a deed of trust.
Right.
And the deed of trust is recorded at the county level, and that is all done by hand.
The county notarizes it?
No. The recording of the documentation.
Oh, okay.
And that's all done by hand. But we are going to having everything be electronic. At some point, I will hand you a little box with a
Signature.
thing.
Sign
and
here.
You will, and yep,
No more papers.
no more papers. But that's coming, and it's not here yet. I mean, they thought by now we'd be paperless
I know.
by now, and
it didn't work out that way.
the iPad has made lots of inroads, but there's still some resistance. We have pockets of resistance in town.
Yeah.
I mean, in the world.
Yeah. You didn't grow up wanting to be a notary, did you?
No.
Doesn't seem like something you would aspire to.
Well, I worked in the financial industry, and I was a notary working for a brokerage firm, and I did it there. And my old boss had suddenly died, and it's like, wow. And I don't know. I'm now my children are grown. I'm too proud. I'm a mother of two proud. I have two proud Clovis East High graduates.
Uh-huh.
Off living and doing their things. One's a college graduate, one's still going to school. And my husband is retired from his job after 28 and a half years as a state employee. And so I have the mobility and the time and the understanding now to go back into the workforce. And I've been in all sorts of different situations, either socially or with different things. And I wanted to give back and to be, to help people.
And I'm guessing you can work as much or as little as you want to, right?
Right.
You can set your own schedule.
Right.
I like that.
Like I said, then if I have, family issues, or my mom I grew up in Southern California, so my mom lives down there. My sisters are great about taking care of her, but I go down a lot to visit family and root for the LA teams. Yeah.
You may be rooting for the LA Rams here pretty soon.
Oh wow, I hadn't heard about that.
Yeah.
Hadn't heard about it.
They're building a new stadium next to the Forum in Inglewood.
Replacing the Hollywood racetrack?
Yeah.
The Hollywood Park.
Yes.
Okay.
That property.
I know exactly where that is.
Yeah, and it's the owner of the Rams who's doing it. He's not saying yet the Rams are going, but the owner of the Rams is building a new stadium
Rams,
in
that'll
LA.
be interesting. I have to admit, I have not been an LA Rams fan in many a year. I do like the Niners.
Yeah.
But
Not the Raiders?
I wasn't living in it. My excuse is I wasn't living in LA when the Raiders were there.
Gotcha. All right. Marjorie Donovan from Marjorie's Quick Notary Service. How can folks reach you?
559-273-8560 or email at quicknotaryservice@gmail.com.
Are you on Facebook or?
Yes, I am, under Marjorie's Quick Notary Service.
Marjorie's Quick Notary Service. Awesome. Well, thank you for babysitting Robbie.
Yeah, you're just a wonderful puppy
he's a
dog. I
good
may have
boy.
to see if Dad okays for you to get a treat. I got a treat in the car. Yeah. Oh, I get a kiss for that.
Oh,
Oh, cool. If Dad says okay, you can have a treat.
look at that. He can have a treat. It's all right.
Oh, cool.
All right, Marjorie, thank you again.
Thank
and we'll be
you.
back with more on Central Valley Talk.